That drop-off when we were scuba diving really got the boys thinking, what lives down there in the deep blue waters? So today, we're going to find out. Substation Curacao offers one of the most unique underwater experiences around, taking visitors down to deeper depths than you've ever imagined in a submersible.
We're doing the substation? How far are we going down?
And the depth makes the kids a bit nervous. But the captain assures them that we're going to be safe.
The lights, the thrusters, the batteries hold for 8 hours straight.
Are we going 2,000 feet deep?
You want to go 2,000 feet?
Are we going 2,000 feet deep?
But we won't be going that deep today.
500 feet deep?
100 feet. So we can go deeper, we can go to 1,000 feet, but it takes a long time to get to 1,000 feet, and it also gets really dark.
I'm feeling kind of nervous and fun, and I wonder what we're gonna see. We're going 500 feet, and I've never been that deep.
The submersible is used for scientific research here in Curacao.
The thing that goes open like this. So if we have like bigger fish, for example the lionfish, you heard about the lionfish? It's a big problem in the Caribbean. Because this pot, we catch smaller fish for scientific purposes. See this one over here?
Wait, how do you
This hose over here. So basically the end of the hose, it sucks in the little fish. My first year I saw 2 moonfish, about 10 feet wide. Very shallow. Yeah, from the sub. Yeah, saw dolphins. We saw also little weird creatures at 1,000 feet.
And they've even identified a couple of new species.
Taking it back up to the surface, doing DNA checks, and then they're finally saying, yeah, this is a new species.
If you found a new species, what would you name it?
I haven't thought about that actually, but there is one fish that if they confirm that it's a new one, then I'm allowed to name it.
Yeah, name it after us.
You have a suggestion, your names? But which one? I'm only allowed to use one.
Before we go, she explains how the submersible works.
We have 6 thrusters, so basically we're very free to do any kind of movement. Forward, backward, up, down, but also side movements.
And she proposes a little experiment to see what the pressure does at 500 feet.
So right now we're gonna draw on these cups, maybe like 8 of them, and put them in a bag, chain them to the sub. When we go down, we're gonna see what happens.
And then we're ready to embark on our journey under the sea. And in a James Cameron-like moment, the submersible is lifted by crane and lowered into the water. And the kids are curious about director James Cameron taking a submersible to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. More than 36,000 feet down, he spent 3 hours filming and collecting samples for scientific research. So after wiggling through the small hatch on the top of the submersible,
Yeah, you just have to lower yourself down onto like your forearms.
and with some encouragement, I lower myself in,
It's easy, Mom.
and wow, claustrophobics beware. It's a very small place. Just enough room for 2 people to lay on their stomachs in front and 2 people to sit behind the captain. It's weird that we're going to be in this tiny little space going so deep into the ocean. Kind of a little, got a heart race going, but it's exciting.
Already, O-ring is in place, closing edge.
Well,
Have fun.
guys, ready to go? Okay, guys, we're going down.
And we begin our descent.
8.
Oh, we're already so far under.
And what makes us able to go down in the water?
So basically what we're doing now is emptying the air now. There's 2 ballast tanks here, up here. And basically what you hear is all the air going out, being replaced by water.
After a couple pictures with the scuba diver outside, we leave the safety zone for scuba diving. And we bid our diver friend goodbye.
We're at 105 feet past diving level by 5 feet. There's a giant abyss right here. Oh, yeah, right up. 150 feet, and we're descending fast. So the reef keeps sloping down,
Yeah.
and a
Endlessly,
steep
basically. Yeah.
steep slope, and then right here just drops off straight, sheer wall.
Reef gradually going down, and now you see this at 220, 250. It stops, and then you see a straight wall going down.
3, 125 feet.
Oxygen 20.4, cabin pressure equal 1,000. All scrubbers working, depth 431, heading down and heading east.
And we continue our descent, and it's quite an experience seeing all this life so far down. Coral can grow this far down, that's crazy.
It's black coral, you guys heard about it?
Black coral lives hundreds to thousands of feet below the surface and grows at a very slow rate, making it very susceptible to over-harvesting and the effects of pollution.
It's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
As soon as you touch it, it might already die at death.
And there's plenty of fish living on the coral and rocks.
Ooh, little fishies.
See these two angelfish here swimming upside down?
Why? To eat all the stuff?
Yep. Basically, they don't have, how do you say it? Equilibrium?
A sense of direction.
Yeah, a sense of when they're swimming upside down. They're basically just following the reef.
It doesn't like hurt their head or anything?
Nope.
That's awesome.
Those fish were discovered by the owner of the sea aquarium and the owner of the submersible. And
Did he
he
get
was
to name
allowed to name it after his daughter,
What do you name it?
Nikki Fish.
A jellyfish.
Another one?
Yeah,
Where-
big one. But it's like a circle at the top. It's right there. Oh, whoa, it's like swirling.
And we get to see why the Caribbean is so worried about the lionfish that has invaded these waters.
Gosh, 10 lionfish
Look
right
harder.
there.
The 11. They're all over.
And these lionfish feast on the corals, which is why so many islands are putting them on their menu to help control the population. And now it's time to head back to the surface.
Topside, topside. Says Curacao, permission to enter the basin. Copy that, proceeding in.
What an amazing adventure, seeing what lives below the realms of where many people have explored, deeper than anyone who swims, snorkels, or scuba dives. And the kids get to see why. How the pressure of the ocean limits exploration that far down.
So, we just finished the submarine and we're taking a look at our cups. It went from this to this.
Look, our drawings. And your
And the kids get certified as underwater explorers. After our epic dive, we head back to the beach, where we watch yet another amazing sunset. And I'm so grateful for all the adventure we experienced here in Curacao, and the undersea creatures we met along the way. And I'm so excited about how the kids' imaginations have been sparked with new discoveries to be made on the unexplored territories right here on Earth.